like to welcome everybody out to Planning Commission meeting for August 28th, 2024. Mr. President, Mr. Order is asked to be excused. And I've asked Commissioner to give our thank Father in heaven. We're grateful for this opportunity we have to be at Planning Commission this evening. We're grateful for the city of Payson, especially the chance we have to live in such a fine community. We're grateful for the chance that we have to be able to discuss those matters that help our community to be better. And grateful for the chance we have to serve, and I pray that Spirit might help us to have a great days weekend coming up, and that many citizens will enjoy this chance to be together. Acknowledge I have in all these things, and ask this in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Okay. Next item 3. This is the consent agenda. Any discussion from the minutes from our previous meeting? Motion to approve the minutes then from July 10. Motion. Do we have a second? Second. Mr. Rinkerhoff, all in favor by yes? Yes. Yes. Okay. Next item, item number 4. This is a public forum. So this is for anything not on the agenda. If you're for an agenda item, we'll get to those in a minute. If there's something you want to address about that's not on the agenda, you're welcome to step up to the microphone and share your thoughts. Nobody for public comment. We'll move on to our review items. First item is item 5.1. This is a public hearing for the Title 13 zoning ordinance text amendments. Request by staff to make adjustments to the appendix A.
I'm going to actually do a review for both of the public hearings, and then like since there's so this hearing is intended for one of our city codes, residential land. And that's for staff to look through more of this. So we're bringing to you both the applicant's request as well as some additional changes that staff might. In your packets, you have a copy of this document. I think it was like 36 pages long, but
Memorize the whole thing.
I expected nothing less. The first half of it was as the code reads now. And the second half, starting on page 24, is where we start to see some of the suggested changes. So as you can see here, starting in educational services, anything in red or green are the things that are being proposed to be changed. I don't propose to go through each and every one of these, unless you have a question that you want to discuss, or if there is something that you feel should be added to one of the columns or taken away, then they're in your packets. And
The only comment I have is
that's why you have this little sheet. But Marty and I decided that we're going to executive decision and put that at the top of every section, so that at least you'll have it in each section, and that's going to be at least multiple times on a sheet when you're scrolling.
Yeah, that would be it.
And we're going to continue to work with Municode, our provider, to see if we can come into 2024 and figure out how to scroll. Like it's just an Excel document, just freeze the top frame.
Yeah, that would be great. I know we've talked about this before, but it doesn't always happen.
It's awful.
But
It's just awful.
Some of our technologies. You have this piece of paper to reference which column is which on the. So some of these things you can see have been completely eliminated, those if they are necessarily pertinent, such as driving schools. Other ones, any added things are in green, any taken out are in red. So I will continue to scroll and just let me know if there's things you want to discuss. see some language changes such as independent schools, we just changed to private. I think that's kind of at the potential request of city council, with the idea in mind that we don't want to have heavy polluting industry. I understand that, but giving an explanation for those of you that may not have caught that.
If you're cheering for that one, let me know.
One thing to note here in this section, you can see the asterisks along here. And as it says right here, second story or higher for basement only. We felt as if a lot of these things are useful to keep in the central commercial zone, but they're not useful in a sense that they bring foot traffic to the area. They're meant to provide a service, and only the people that are going to that business are needing to be there. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense to have it on the ground floor, for example. So continuing on.
Let me just go quick.
Okay. This one was very important. We didn't have groceries anywhere in the city somehow. And so we added those as appropriate. Can be rectified. So continuing on. This was smelting right there in foundries. This whole section we figured to take out as if we necessarily have paper manufacturing and paper products being done here. That's and very, very smelly type. So being as how we don't need to have every use in our community, we felt that these were some uses that are not beauty and barber shops, we cleaned this up a little bit. We really don't care to define it further than beauty and barber services. See a few others that have been kind of cleaned up a little bit. Some of them are kind of redundant, such as cleaning and repair. So we just added it to one and then reduced it down to some degree. Oh, there it is. So this one right here, number 21, is what the applicant requested. Body art to be in the central commercial, which is where we put this P here. We also put the other column there, which is the S1. So this one was already in the code, but it was in this section. So it's more of a cosmetic change in where it's placed than anything. We're just about done. That's all that we've gotten to at this point. So there's a few pages that we hadn't reviewed yet. We can bring them to your any questions? Okay. That's all I have for you.
So I would recommend opening public hearing, taking a motion, and then opening public hearing, taking a motion.
Public hearing. Item 5.1. Second, all in favor by yes? Yes. Okay. So this is about the 5.1 is about the text amendments for the staff request. The one for the tattoo one we'll get to with 5.2 for the public hearing. So if you have any feedback about anything besides the tattoo
5.2 when you want to step up to the microphone. Kind of wrap all of them together, but all right, seeing no public comment, need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion, do I have a second? Bring off all in favor, yes?
Yes.
Commission discussion, thoughts, feedback?
I like those changes. It clears up a lot of stuff we've asked them to do. And it just, it's just gonna take time.
Any other discussion? You guys will take a motion to make a recommendation to city council.
I move that we make a recommendation to the council to adopt the changes in the application to send on city council that recommendation.
Recommendation, do I have a second? Second, Commissioner Raymond, all in favor by yes? Yes. Any opposed? Okay, that will move on to city council. Then the next one is item 5.2, we need a public hearing on this.
Motion to open the public hearing. Public hearing. 5.2.
Seconded.
Second, all in favor by yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now if you'd like to address us about item 5.2, which is specific to the tattooing and adding that to the central commercial, you're welcome to step up the microphone and get your name and any thoughts and feedback you have on that. Just step on the microphone. What's your name? Yep.
My name is Trudy Taylor, and I've had my permanent cosmetics business in Payson for 13, maybe 14 years. My niece Frances is looking to open a little tattooing shop here in the same building that I am in. It's a family-owned business. It's been for our family since my grandfather had a laundromat back years and years ago. We're all very business-minded and family-oriented, and she's a beautiful artist. But one thing I wanted to say is my licensing for permanent makeup is exactly the same as her licensing is. We're both ran through the county health department. My permit is to operate a body art establishment. They hold tight regulations on being sanitary and bloodborne pathogen courses, and they check on us frequently. In my opinion, I don't think it's any different than what I'm doing. We use all sterile and disposable equipment. Today I had 3 clients, and 2 of my 3 clients asked me where they should be in town. So I am bringing business here, and
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, 90% of my clientele comes from Provo or Salt Lake every single day. And like I said, I think it would be a great thing. She's got all the family support in the world, and like I said, she's a fantastic artist. She'll, follow the guidelines, and if anything, it'll be a positive step for the community.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Buffy Quist, and I'm Franny's aunt, and Colette and I own the commercial place. And I would highly recommend inviting Franny to open a business. I've known her since she was a little kid, and I think it would be very beneficial. We would be super excited to have her, and I think it would be beneficial for the downtown area for sure. I mean, nowadays, body art is, I'm sure, a huge percentage with our family here has body art, and it's just not the same, doesn't have the same stigma it did once. It's very professional, very sterile environment, and we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Erin Barney. I'm Francis' business partner. I've been tattooing for almost 12 years now. It's a hard industry. It's a really hard industry to not only get in, but to survive. A lot of hours and a lot of tears into being able to have the skills that I have. And we would like to change some things about it. We don't like the traditional street shop vibe. We don't like the old school mentality of like disrespect, and we just want to do something nicer and more upscale that will make people a safe place instead of a rowdy, scary, intimidating place. So the goal is to kind of more towards a spa-like experience instead of Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just basically going off what they said as well. Oh, my name is James Harris. Just going off basically what they said. This family here, they have 6 generations of women-owned business in Payson, Utah. They put a lot into the community. And just speaking from the outside in, I have friends that own businesses here, Relentless Empire, Cracker Decals, Fat Jacks. This family has done nothing but support all of us, and I feel like it'll be very good for the community, especially downtown how it's being rebuilt. Yeah, I'm just trying to give support, and their whole family is amazing. They support the community. They donate. They do so many things for the community in Payson. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Hello. Thaddeus Quest, I'm owner and president. Still looks like a house. I don't know. I think busy. That faces Zions Bank. I had to do the same thing. 2010, I tried to relocate here to Payson. I had to do the same thing. Request that property that I be able to move in there and operate business, because at that time it wasn't allowed. So I'm just here to throw my support behind Francis as a local business, and chime in because I had to do the same thing. So I appreciate it. Allow it. Thank you. Thanks.
We were waiting.
Yeah.
We were waiting.
My name is Sue Taylor, and I am from one of the oldest families in Payson, Wilson. My grandmother was a Wilson. My grandpa was a Wilson. My great grandmother had a hat shop. My grandmother had a dress shop. My mother had a dress shop with her. I had a hair salon. My daughter has my hair salon. I have a daughter with a permanent cosmetic, a coffee shop. And if Franny is able to do this, it will make 6 generations of women from Payson opening businesses in Payson. And I think we've done a darn good job. So I really think it would be a benefit to Payson. Thank you.
Thank you. Short somebody the opportunity. Well, my name is Obi Wing, and I'm a co-owner of Joe Coffee and Espresso Bar. It's in the same building like the commercial place that we're proposing for the tattoo shop to be.
And I just like, you know, that it will increase our foot traffic and business. We'll have more tax revenue because everybody that comes to get a tattoo, just like with the hair salon, they want to stop and get a smoothie, or they want a coffee or a bagel. So it kind of works hand in hand with all of our business there. Like I say, the hair salon, Permanent Cosmetics, if she's got hers and our coffee shop and the Payson Chronicles in there, it creates a lot of foot traffic and it does bring more tax base to you guys. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I think it would help our business and hers.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else? Does the applicant want to say anything? Oh, good.
My name is
Thank
Frances Ash. So Adrian and I are trying to open up our shop. We've kind of had an unlucky experience in the past, working for street shops. So our main goal is to essentially offer our clients and the people around us a safer place to tattoo. It's not often that women are treated very well in the industry, nor as clients. So we want to be able to offer a safe place for us and for our clients to come. We also, the majority of our clients are from up north, Salt Lake or Provo or Orem. So I see it as bringing a lot more traffic down here. Because like Trudy was saying, a lot of the time they're not going to know people. People don't really come down here unless you have a reason to come here. We want to make sure that people are coming to Payson and see what Payson has to offer. The canyons, the place to eat, the great community, just everything involved. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We will take a motion.
Make a motion to close the public hearing on 5.2.
Motion, have a second. Mr. Adams, all in favor, by yes?
Yes.
Yes. And commission discussion.
If I may, naturally, so everyone that spoke in the hearing is very personal to this location where they're wanting to propose. But with this change, it would be citywide for any of the central commercial zone. However, with that said, Francis supplied the city with some documentation related to permanent cosmetics and tattooing, and it is very, very similar. And that being said, staff is in full support of recommended changes.
Discussion, I was just gonna, based on what all of these wonderful speakers have said, it provides a safe environment for them. And as a New York kid, my wife said, we're not having kids back east. And I said, but the food's not as good out west. And she said, well, it'll get better. And I think having a chance to have you guys have that space, I think will be a great way to tell, Northern Utah or just Salt Lake or whatever the place is, a safe place where people can come and love the business, to be able to come and just to be able to have them say, oh, look at that, or oh, look at that. And as the driver, normally I can't look at anything because I'm going to run into something, but I love the idea of being able to have your services come, and the fact that it's my daughter. If she were here, she'd choke me. She'd be like, women-based businesses, Dad. You're not hearing it enough. And even from social media, it would be something which I think would speak volumes to, again, your family legacy and your family talent. So, and I'm happy that the staff has recommended it as well as being something that would be a marvelous addition to the
In my opinion, it's worthwhile and
I'll make a motion then, Mr. Chairman, we send a positive recommendation on this somber Sun Art Collective to amend Appendix A for land use to the city council. We're wholeheartedly behind supporting welcoming this business.
Motion, do I have a second? Okay, Commissioner Brinker, all in favor by yes?
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay, that will go to city council. I don't know when.
Shortly, I do believe it's actually next week.
Okay.
And just to give some clarification for those in the audience, this is by no way, shape, or form an approval, it's a recommendation. Council's gonna make the final approval, and then the applicant will still have to submit the license application and meet all this.
That's why I was just making sure when I walked in, I'm like, welcome to the planning commission. So you know which meeting you were coming to first.
We usually don't get a lot of audience. Yeah, we don't.
So thank you for coming.
We're very pleased you're here. So, you know, and then you're here for a positive reason. Most people show up aren't happy.
So yeah, come back again just to mirror these same positive vibes when you come.
Okay. Commission staff reports. I know we talked about the APA conference. Do you have anything else, Michael?
Thank you all.
So we have a couple things we want to talk about, especially when we have meetings that are lacking agenda items. Jill and I were both talking, and we felt as if it's more work sessions. One would be to revisit the industrial uses and the whole process of what we want industry to look like in Payson. Another one is we had a student from the University of Utah put together some design guidelines for us for our city. Our previous design guidelines were done in 2005. And she did a great job on it, but she also did it very generic. So we felt as if that might be a good work session topic to take what she did and personalize it to, for example, the historic downtown, or personalize it to some gateway areas in the community. So I would just ask, what would you prefer to work on first of those?
I have one more to add to that. We're going to be updating our moderate income housing plan. And so I'm going to need some input.
Did you just turn that in?
It's turned in.
You just turned it in, we're gonna start.
It's turned in. I haven't heard yet whether we're compliant or not. So if
always that.
if you feel like praying, that would be feel it out into the universe, whatever it is. But we need to update our plan, the one that's actually adopted in as part of our general plan. We need to consider some additional strategies. Thank you. After 6 o'clock, my brain turns off. And so we need to consider some additional ones to add to that plan that we can continue to report on. One of which would be, I would readily recommend a station area plan be part of our strategy, since we're almost complete with that.
We're almost on building.
Yeah. So yeah, that will also come into, but I think that you all have time. I mean, it's only 6:30. We'd like to make these meetings worthwhile, not lengthy, but worthwhile. And so I think what Michael and Jill and I have been just chatting about are ways that we can engage you a little bit more, rather than just a recommending body. You are a planning commission. Like, help us with that. And so
My opinion on that would be that
way to read. Way to put that back on us.
I have to say, the future land use map has been a thought that I'd like to get focused on, because we show all that industrial, and I'd like to say, hey, this is light industrial versus, because I think clearing that up could save us a lot of problems. And the stationary plan. Another thing might be something we have a little bit of time is, I know there's trainings that this body may need to have done. There are are some newer commissioners, that it might be a good idea to do some of those
You know,
trainings too.
part of that, we could piggyback that with a work session.
Yeah.
And we could say, we're going through this section of code, or we're doing the station area plan updates, and this is what this process is like. Boom, there's an hour of training. For you, right?
Yeah. Additionally, in that, sorry, that I know. So generally every fall, we do kind of a South County Planning Commission training. Springville is going to be hosting that this year. They have tentatively said September 25th. Our second meeting in September. I said that would probably work well for us. We wouldn't have to have a planning commission meeting here. We would just attend there. They're still trying to finalize that date. So when it's official, I will let you know, but tentatively the 25th. That, for those of you who are new to the planning commission, all of the commissions in the South to Genoa and Goshen. We all kind of get together, do some training together, have dinner. Payson sponsored one year last year. Yes, it was last year we went to Santa Clara. I think the year before that was Payson, before that was Spanish Fork. So I'll just kind of take turns and together. But actually really enjoyable. Tentatively 25th. I'll let you know.
Following that up, as was mentioned, the APA conference is October 10th and 11th. So
Yeah. So I've heard from the majority of you actually, and if you are unavailable, that's totally fine. By any means, you have to go type of thing, but it is nice that it's just in Provo. For 2 days. You don't have to go both days. You can just go one if you want, or zero. That's fine. I just need to. We get a discount if we all register together. So if you could just let me know.
I did email you, right?
Yeah. So I've heard from most of you, but just take a look at that. Let me know by Tuesday of next week. That's something we want.
Benefit us in both days, we have some different each day.
You have things, different things each day, and they also have some that are specifically geared to citizen planners. That's what you're kind of referred to. Generally, that's on the Friday day, or the second. And this is nice because yeah, Convention Center in Provo. They built the parking structure. There's plenty of parking nearby. But yeah, if you could just kind of look it over and let me know if you have further questions. It's an opportunity to kind of see what's going on in the planning world, what issues are coming up, and how they're being addressed. The nice thing about a local conference is you hear from other communities that are very similar, and how their commissioners, how their planners, development community, how we're all kind of just going about these very similar issues and successes, lessons learned, and hopefully a little bit of it grows. Incorporate the good things, learn from the mistakes.
I remember after going to that, I giggled coming back here, listening to the, not in my backyard, right? That's a great idea, but not, like, kind of have the sense of solidarity of get your popcorn and buckle your seatbelt, because you're going to hear a lot of that at planning commission. So giggle even more.
Yeah, and that's really a lot of the things that we build here are because we're all facing the same issues. And we live in a state that is very popular. It's a wonderful place to live and locate to. It's a wonderful place to work and everything like that. So there are issues that come with growth management. And that's what we're together. That's kind of what these conferences are for. Some people have experienced really good things. Some people have experienced really hard things. Learn some of this. The only other training thing that I just wanted to mention, I just wanted to reiterate at the top of your agenda or inspirational thought. I just wanted to remind all of you that whatever you want to share when you are called upon to do so is welcome. When I worked, I started my career in. It's really cool because at the start of every meeting, we have what's called a message of aloha, and but it was kind of neat to have several members of the community come and share whatever that was to them. Praise people. I just want to reiterate to all of you, it doesn't have to be a prayer, but a prayer is more.
Anything else from staff? Have a second? All of us.
I was like, wait, this is your chance.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Okay. That was nice to have more.
Just to end.
Showing up like there's something going on.